Shalom, shalom. It's your boy Ash Ibad back in the spirit. For those of y'all who don't know, Ash in the Hebrew means fire. Ibad means servant. So my name is Fire Servant, and I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to my Lord, my Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You already know, man. Yahweh being the name of the Most High in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh Shai being the name of His Son in the Paleo Hebrew, who the world calls ignorantly Jesus Christ. But anyways, man, today I wanted to actually break down the bittersweetness of being in the truth, because the truth, this is amazing, man. They're like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the truth is amazing, man. The truth is amazing. I'm gonna start off with this book in Proverbs in regards to the bitter truth. Let me see if I can find it. Long story short, is saying how the book is sweet. You know what I'm saying? The book is sweet as honey, man. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If not, you already know, man. I got the Google. I already know. Sweet KJV. Let me see real quick. All right. Trying to get like Swint on the presets, man. All right, bet. Let's go to Psalms 119, and we're gonna go to 103. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the truth is sweet, man. It may feel bitter at times, but it's still sweet. All right, so we in the book of Psalms. Man, this is a long ass book. Psalms 119, 113, Salaki 103. It says, "How sweet are your words unto my taste, yeah, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way." So long story short, man, it's sweet, man. If you in this truth, bro, and you always mad and you always upset about everything that goes on every single day, bro, you really got to reevaluate how you looking at the truth from. Because there's two ways you can look at it, the truth. You can look at the truth as a great blessing or a great burden. When you look at the truth as a burden, you hate everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all brothers know that dude, Oscar Dunlap. I did the live on me, Malak, and Swint, and I think Hitman. It was like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. The dude was a Christian, and he was in the Hebrew. He was part of GLCC for like 7-8 years, and he said it was just a burden, man. I wasn't learning anything. I didn't have the power, bro. If you really in this truth, bro, and you feel like that, you in the truth for the wrong reason. You probably in the truth because you got peer pressure by somebody. You couldn't tell them no. And honestly, the main reason why you feel the truth is a burden is because the spirit's not on you. There's no way in hell that you knowing that you're an Israelite, that you knowing you potentially could be chosen from the Most High to be the elect and have everlasting life and be kings and rulers of the earth with Yahweh Shai. There's no way that should be something that's bitter and a burden on you all the time. The only reason why it's a burden is because you're not tough enough, man. I'm just gonna call it out. If you feel like this truth is bitter, you probably pussy. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, the Most High is only choosing the strong of his nation. That's why we about to have Jacob's trouble, because like a lot of brothers say, the Most High is going to literally purge out the undesirables. The undesirables in what? Are they wicked or are they pure? Are they submissive or are they rebellious? You know what I'm saying? Are they able to endure? Do they constantly moan and groan about it? Because I'm going to be real with you. If the truth is bitter to you right now, you're not going to make it during the tribulation, because shit is only going to get tougher. So you got to look at the truth as sweetness and think about sweetness. When you eat it, it's so good that you want to get more and more and more, man. The truth should be addicting, man. You know, a lot of y'all supposed to have a sweet tooth. You're supposed to be eating the truth so much, man, that you getting cavities in your ear because you can't stop, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the reality of this truth is. There is sweetness and there's bitterness to it, but you have to go through both. If you a brother and you can only take the sweet parts and you can't take the bitter parts, you probably not built for it. And if you're a brother who only feels like it's bitter all the time, it's probably because you're not really getting a true understanding in your spirit and your connection to the Most High. You're not looking at it from the right perspective. So I'm gonna explain to y'all why the truth is sweet. Because again, when it comes to us as a people, we've been cast off. You know, this is the book of Hosea, and we're gonna go to chapter 4, verse 6. Classic precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will reject thee. That you shall be no priest to me. Seeing that you have forgotten the law of your power, I will also forget your children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame." So when you understand that you become an Israelite, it's sweet to you because, again, like I always say, that longingness, that feeling that you needed to be desired, that true feeling inside of you as the lion that you are on the inside, but you were being caged, you were being constricted in the society, it goes away. And that's honestly the best feeling, because you like, damn, man, like, damn, like, I don't have these thoughts to be white anymore. You know, a lot of y'all brothers, man, and I'll be real with y'all. When I was younger, I used to think my skin was too dark and that I needed to, you know what I'm saying? I needed to quote on, not bleach my skin, but I always wish that I was light skinned, like a Drake looking color. A lot of women, a lot of so-called darker women look at their skin tone and feel like they don't look good. A lot of y'all look at your hair, especially women, because you don't have the hair. That's why you put the Indian hair, or you put the African hair, or you put all these other types of hair, because you don't really love who you are. So again, a big aspect of knowing that the Most High looks similar to you. His hair is like wool. What else? You know, he's the color of burnt brass. He's a dark skinned man. Again, bro, that makes you feel like, damn, like the Most High really made me in His image compared to all these other heathens, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Amalekites, the Amalekites. I mean, the Hamites, man. That's a blessing as it is. It's sweet, man. You start to realize, you know, you're royalty. And the Most High does it like that, and He allows us to preach it like that, because that's what gives you that true water. It gives you that true understanding, man. It's not something that when you hear it, it should immediately turn you off. Now, there are going to be times when it's bitter, and I'm going to get this specific precept in the book of Revelation. I always bring this one out in regards to John the Revelator. So Revelation 10:8, it says, "And the voice which I heard from heaven spoke unto me and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth." Meaning what? The little book is open upon the hand of the angel in reference to Yahweh Shai. "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up. It shall make your belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey." Salaki, I don't think that's actually Yahweh Shai. But in regards to the angel, it's basically John the Revelator, when he had that vision. Basically, he had the book. It said, "Take it up and it shall make your belly bitter." It's not that it tastes bitter to the mouth, but for you to actually digest and understand what the truth is really talking about, I'm going to be real. It can be bitter, because a lot of y'all, and I'm going to get this in 1 Corinthians, and then I'm going to break this down. Because a lot of y'all, man, y'all love the milk phase, man. A lot of y'all really love the milk phase. So this is the book of 1 Corinthians 3:2. It says, this is Apostle Paul talking. It says, "I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hitherto you are not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able." Meaning what? Paul had to go and talk to the Gentile Jews, the Jews who didn't know where they are, literally in the same position as us, milk, bro. He had to give us milk, because milk, it don't taste bad. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to digest. You don't need teeth. You see what I'm saying? So it's very easy for you to understand in regards to the role of a man, who Yahweh Shai is, who the Most High is, who Israel is, you know, pretty much like basics, bro. Who Esau is, what we're gonna get in the kingdom. Like that's milk, bro. That flows easily. Like you don't really need to digest it and sit back and think about it. Does that make sense? So a lot of y'all are stuck on the milk phase, and the milk phase is good, but just like a baby only needs milk for what, 1 to 2 years before he starts getting little teeth. Then it got like the applesauce, then they got like the little Gerber, you know, fruit cups. And next thing you know, your little brother, your little sister, you know, your daughter, your son is what? He eating just like you. You see what I'm saying? Now, obviously, he's still a child, and we're all still children in the spiritual journey, because we all got to be, quote unquote, we all got to be reborn again. That's what that really means. Let me get this in the book of get that in the book of John real quick. This is the book of John, and we're gonna go to chapter 4, or Slakia 3. So this is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 5. Yahweh Shai said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High." Meaning what? The water is reborn through the knowledge, and the Spirit is in regards to the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of fire coming upon you. Does that make sense? So that way you can actually have the Spirit. You got that burning desire, that burning passion, whether it be to preach, whether it be to teach, whether it be to just be fervent in His truth. You get that fire rekindled, because think about your light. Think about a fire when it's light on a campfire. A lot of times that fire goes out, and because our nation has been literally grafted out, a lot of us have been grafted out from this truth. We had no fire. We still had the sticks. We still had the material, because the material is the body, is the flesh. Even when you understand that, you know, you could go to the book of Romans. We go to the book of Romans, and I'll go to let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so this is the book of Romans. And this is chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. That's what the sticks and stones when you in the bushcraft when you build a fire. Basically, these are the substances that you need to kindle a fire. That comes from what? Our flesh, our bloodline, our seed line. That's why for you to be an Israelite, you have to trace it back to your dad. Now, obviously, we can't trace it back all the way because all our records are lost. We've been spread out through so many captivities. There's no way. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not gonna know if you go back to the sea. Like, you can make general inferences, and that's what the tribes chart is for, because we can look through history and see where a majority of our people have gone. But at the end of the day, let's be real, bro. Y'all don't know exactly where you come from. But we know the tribe chart is not a bad thing. You just can't take it too literal all the time, bro. A lot of times it's just easier to tell somebody you from Gad or you from Judah than telling them, oh, you don't know. And then, you know, you got niggas like, oh, well, where am I from? Where am I from? And then it brings too much confusion. So I understand why a lot of these camps do that. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to what I was saying, at the end of the day, your genealogy and who you are in the flesh is the fire. But is the sticks and stones or whatever you use to build the fire. But what kindles the fire? The lighter. And how do you get the lighter? You got to get it through the spirit of who? Yahweh Shai. And he's what allows you to shine bright. That's why when you understand that precept in Matthew, I think it's chapter 6. Let me get that real quick for y'all. So this is the book of Matthew, and actually it's not 6. Let me see. I think it's 24 actually. The fuck? Slocky, it's not 24. I'm gonna get it for y'all. Just be patient, you know. Oh, here it is. It's Matthew 5, verse 14. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and giveth light unto all that are in the house. So meaning what? Neither do men light a candle and put it under the bushel. And who's the men? That's in reference to the Most High allowing Yahweh Shai to place his spirit of truth and knowledge and understanding on you. That's what the candle is. Remember, you're the flesh, you're the candle. Think about it. And then what's the light? The light is usually at the head. That's where you get the knowledge and understanding. So when Yahweh Shai lights your key, he gives you that spirit of fire. And I mean, you can get that in Matthew 3 and 11. This is John the Baptist talking. He said, I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Spirit and with fire. Does that make sense? So when Yahweh Shai's spirit comes upon you and it lights that quote unquote fire inside of you, that's when you get the true knot. It shines light. So not only do you understand who you are, but you're also able to show your light to other people. That's why when you read verse 15, it says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. Meaning what? Yahweh Shai didn't give you this knowledge and understanding to hide in your fucking closet all day and keep the knowledge to yourself. And put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, meaning what? A candlestick is out in the forefront for everybody to see and giveth light unto all that are in the house. Now, what's the house? The house is the house of Israel. You see what I'm saying? You waking up the house of Israel. You waking up the lost sheep, whether they be of the northern kingdom, southern kingdom, whatever. And you got to be a light. You got to be out there preaching and teaching. That's what that's really talking about. So at the end of the day, getting back to what I was saying, you get that fire kindled into you. You feel me? Now, getting back to the original point, because I know I went off on a tangent. Long story short, a lot of brothers, they get the milk, and it kind of like basically it's something new. It's something new to you. Does that make sense? So it's kind of hard for you to get the understanding. But as you get bigger and bigger and more fervent in this faith, you have to get to the meat. Meaning what? Yahweh Shai is going to the Most High is going to give you the teeth in order to chew the book. Because what is the book? It's long and it's a lot of time and effort. Think about like when you chew your food with milk, you can just drink it down. It's quick, it's easy. But when you chew and you digest something, it takes some time. And sometimes, man, it could be a lot of work. Think about bitterness. Sometimes it's called bitter work. But also, man, at the end of the day, the bitterness is the testing, it's the refinement period. Because that's when you start to understand a lot of things like what? A lot of our forefathers got killed off and destroyed for being in this truth. Think about the Maccabees, man. Judas Maccabeus, and niggas was fighting for their life, man. Think about the times of the Roman captivity. Think about the times during Esau. A lot of our people, we were in slave ships. We got beheaded. A lot of us, you know, a lot of the men, you know, which is a damn abomination. And fuck you, devils, Esau. A lot of our brothers got backbucked, got bucked, bro. You know, another man coming inside of you. A lot of our women got raped, man. They took our kids, bro. They separated us from our family. That's a lot to digest. You see, a lot of the so-called blacks of this nation, Hispanics and Native Americans, but I'm specifically talking about the Negroes. A lot of us like to go with that slave narrative because it makes you as a victim. Now, when you get this understanding, you realize, like, damn, I went through hell, but it's because of what my forefathers did. That's why in Ezekiel it says he will punish you for your transgressions. And let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Let me I'm gonna look it up. All right, so let me see. This is Salaki. This is Amos chapter 3. So we're gonna go to Amos 3 and 2. It says, "You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities." Meaning what? The bitter aspect of it is the reason why you in the position that you in is because our nation and you or whatever you've done, you went against the Most High, bro. And the Most High is not a power of weakness, man. Sometimes it can be bitter to know that the Most High can kill you off at any moment when you go off if he sees so fit. Sometimes it's bitter to know that you're going to get beheaded for this truth. Sometimes it's bitter to know that you might die off. Your family might get killed. You might get separated. But it is extremely important for you to get that understanding. Why? Let me tell you the reason why. The reason why the truth is bittersweet is because when you look at a meal, right? You might have like a drink, like a soda, you know, you get your glucose rising, like, damn, this soda fire, y'all get a martini or whatever. But then you have the main course meal, right? Now, usually in America, the main course meal is what? A whole bunch of bullshit, because it keeps you in a state of gluttony. It keeps you in a state of a high. You know, when you eat candy, you eat sugar and stuff like that, you get a sugar high and you like geeked up, but it doesn't really give you the true nutrients and the vitamins that you need to function on a day-to-day basis. Compared to what we're getting everything. We're getting the Brussels sprouts, we getting the broccoli, we getting the plain ass rice. You know, you got the Aunt Jamimum rice, man. That shit kind of bean. It's like, that's whatever. You might get you some chicken. It might be cold from time to time, but what does it do? It allows your body to be built up, because again, our body, we are the Lord's temple. We are like a body. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, we have to eat everything on our plate. We have to eat whatever the Most High gives us. That's what these tests are, man. When you're going through struggling, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through a lot of times where, you low in the spirit, it just comes with it. Why? Because the Most High is going to build us up for what is to come. You see what I'm saying? Because right now we're just eating the bitter parts, but there's going to be times where we don't have any food to eat in regards to what? The tribulation. We might have a lot of times, nigga, you have nothing, bro. You're going to go days, maybe even a week without food. 1 day, 2 days without water. You're going to have to be living in the rain. You're going to have to be living in abandoned buildings. Again, you're going to have to be running for your life. You're going to be in the camp. You're going to have to endure torture and all these things. But the thing is, that's at the times when your plate is empty. But when you call upon the Most High, when you get into your spiritual bag, per se, when you fasting, you praying, you getting the knowledge and the understanding, the Most High will guide you and help you overcome all these obstacles. And then what normally happens at the end of the meal, you get what? The dessert. And what do they usually say about the dessert? They say, look, man, you've eaten everything on your plate. You got everything that you need to go. I'm going to just let you enjoy it. What is that? That's the kingdom, bruh. Why do you think the Most High did it like that? Because he understood and he knows our nature. He knows that if we get all the sweets like what America gives us, we're just going to destroy ourselves. If we had everything right now, we wouldn't need the Most High. That's why the Most High said, I will set my sword against you and I will smite the shepherd, man. I will smite the shepherd. Now, obviously, that's in relation to Yahushua and the disciples, but you can look at it in the grand scheme of things. He has smite the shepherd, meaning what? He smite our ruler, our head, our leader, which is Yahushua. And 2/3 will be cut off and die. Those who reject Yahushua, those who reject the Most High, those who reject the truth, they reject the bitterness. A lot of these people come in the truth for a week and then they fall off, or they hear about the mark of the beast, but they want to have pussy and vainglory amongst men. They fall off. Or brothers who said they was in the truth, they signed a 501(c)(3), they took the jab, they did all these other things. They realize they're not getting the things of the world that they want. They just fall off and they go back to what? They go back to their own vomit, because at the end of the day, a dog returns to its own vomit when he can't digest the food. Let me see. Yeah, let me so this is the book of Proverbs. Let's go to 26 verse 11. And Shalom, Gels. I see your comment, bro. I was just in the zone. So this is the book of Proverbs 26 and 11. It said, as a dog returning to his vomit, so does a fool return to his folly. See if you as a man wise in his own conceit, there is more hope of a fool than him. So the reason why I wanted to bring out the dog analogy is because at the end of the day, when a dog returns to its own vomit, you know, when you think about something vomiting, it means that you couldn't properly digest it. Your stomach couldn't take it. So you did what? You threw it back up and you stayed away from it. At the end of the day, bro, you got to be willing to fully digest it, because when you can fully digest this truth, then you become fervent. Then your loins get girded up. The reason why the Most High told Job to gird up your loins like a man is because the Most High was putting Job through this affliction to see whether he was going to buck or not. That's literally why Job, the Most High did what he did with Job. He wanted to show Satan, you know, he's a servant of the Lord. Well, we all are proverbial Jobs in that the Most High is going to allow Satan to put certain things in front of you, and he's going to see if you're going to buck, if you're going to be able to handle sometimes the bitterness of knowing that the Most High is going to put you through chastisement. Sometimes extreme, sometimes not as extreme, but he's always going to test you to see if you're truly that gold that he's refining. I mean, let's go to Isaiah 13 and 12, you know. And then I'm gonna say something for the ladies too. I know there might be a few ladies on here who might listen to what I say. This is book Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Gold has to be refined. Think about Proverbs 31. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above a ruby. A ruby is hard to find. A ruby takes a lot of work to get to. A ruby takes, you know, it takes a lot of time to refine it. You just ain't gonna find it everywhere. So at the end of the day, when you go through these afflictions, you got to be able to take the bitterness. And for a lot of y'all women, man, I know I talk, you know, very, very plain and very, very blunt. I do this for a reason, because I'm not going to change my message for somebody else, whether you a man or whether you a woman. And I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of women can't take how I talk, but I do that on purpose, because if a woman can take how I can talk, it means that she's truly girded up. This is the book of Proverbs 31 and verse 17. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. At the end of the day, if you want to be a woman of the Lord, you got to be able to take the bitterness of it. A lot of the bitter truth of it is that you women got to have a man to lead you, and you got to let him have full authority and control, and you got to trust him. You can't fall for the wiles of Babylon. It is what it is, and whether ladies like it or not, it doesn't fucking matter, because it's just the honest truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, my brother Malak, he had a post on his Instagram yesterday saying how, here, I'll just read it for y'all real quick, because Malak had reposted something and then I kind of co-signed it. Malak said this. He said, see, a lot of brothers say we got to uplift the sisters and daughters of Zion. Well, to uplift someone, you got to tell them the truth, no matter how harsh it is or how bruising it is to one's pride, not lie and pander to them to spare their feelings or garner more attention or support from them. How you differ from Esau in that regards. And that's just facts, man. At the end of the day, when you a true man of the Lord, when you a true righteous man of the Lord, you got to be willing to just tell people like it is, man. If you got something in your spirit and it's telling you to tell that person, hey, you acting like a slut. Hey, you rebellious. Hey, if you do not listen to what I'm saying, you're going to be destroyed. Even your own brother. Hey, man, you too fucking carnal. Hey, man, I'm going to be real, bro. You fucking with something that you shouldn't be fucking with. Bro, you need to follow the laws. Bro, you need to be doing more for this truth. You're not even doing it out of malice. You're just doing it to help them. I mean, think about what Proverbs says. It says, a wise man, let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. I get this one, verse 15. It says, he that justified the wicked and he that condemned the just, even they are both an abomination to the Lord. So what's an abomination to the Lord? Those of you who justify wickedness. Let's just be real, man. A lot of these women are wicked as hell, and you got to be willing to correct them, even if you're not going to get the cat. That's what it is, man. A lot of y'all just love the cat too much, that you're not willing to tell women the bitter truth of what it is, man. You got to be willing to sacrifice that. A lot of y'all be too afraid to tell your friends and your family the bitter truth of what's going to happen to them if they don't survive. I remember one of my homies, bro, he hit me up last week or the week before talking about he took the V card. And honestly, I'm like, why the fuck did you do that, bro? That was stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to co-sign him making a dumb decision. Now, I'm not going to just sit here and quit talking to the brother, because at the end of the day, you your own man. But it's me being your true friend, me trying to be a watchman of the Most High. You think if somebody told me something like that and I was just to sit back and not say nothing, that I was truly being a watchman. That's what the Most High said, man. He said, if you want to be a watchman of the nation of Israel, you got to be willing to tell people what it is and get the blood off your hands. And I know sometimes it can be tough. I know sometimes it can be it can weigh on you, because at the end of the day, a lot of people aren't mad at you for the message you had. A lot of times they're mad at the Most High, but they know that they can't combat the Most High. They know that they can't let out their frustration on the Most High, so they let out their frustration on you, because you're an example of what the Most High wants these people to be. Lord willing, if that's you, you know. So, but you got to be willing to take that shit, man. You can't be afraid of what these people think about you, bro. Because at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, man, it's about you doing what you need to do when it comes to the Heavenly Father. If the Most High has played a heavier burden on you, at the end of the day, bro, you gotta be willing to step up to the plate. Because at the end of the day, man, the Most High could take your candlestick just like that, because you're afraid of what a woman or a weak-minded ass man thinks. And yours truly said, if I truly care about a person, I got to try to correct them to the best of my ability. Come on, bro. That's just what it is, bro. That's all facts, bro. Salute to you, my dude. I appreciate you always tuning into the lives. And I want to get this specific precept in Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 33, verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blows the trumpet and warns the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and doesn't take warning, if that sword comes and takes him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Meaning what, man? The Most High has blessed you with a golden opportunity, blessed you with knowledge, but you can't keep the knowledge to yourself. A wise man who keeps knowledge to himself is a fool in the eyes of the Lord, man. So if you understand what's really going on, you got to go out there and speak that shit, man. And look, you're not going to get a lot of likes and a lot of comments. You're not going to get a lot of, man, I appreciate the lesson. You telling people you're going to die if you take the mark of the beast. They're not going to like what you want to be cheering and haranguing. This isn't basketball, my guy. This isn't football, my guy. And even in football, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, they cheer you away. But in the truth, when you do what you're supposed to do, people are going to hate you because it's a bitter taste to their mouth. But it's meant like that for a reason, because only those who are fully able to digest the bitterness of the aspects of this truth will get the sweetness. And what is the sweetness at the end of the tunnel? It's the kingdom. But I want to continue on, and I want to read verse 5. So it says, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So meaning you're just a messenger. You're not a prophet. We're obviously not prophets in these days, but we're prophesying the truth to the people. From the prophets of old, we're relaying the message to them. So that way it's up to them whether or not they want to do it. But when you're a prophet and you a man of the Lord and you're not saying shit, man, you just showing the Most High that you ain't really built like that, you know? But continuing on, verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come and blows not the trumpet, and the people aren't warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. Meaning what, man? You got a heavy responsibility. And if you're not out here telling the bittersweet truth aspects to women, to men, to your friends, to your family, when the Spirit tells you, I'm not saying to just go out there and talk to everybody every fucking day, bro. Especially not a heathen who honestly is not going to get it. But at the end of the day, bro, if the Spirit is on you and you so fervent in this truth, there is no chance in hell. You watching, you reading precept on precept on precept. You watching video on video on video. You in class on class on class, and you ain't told nobody, bro. That means that you don't like the bitterness aspect. That's why when that Oscar Dunlap, that Christian nigga who used to be in the truth, said that he couldn't take it, it was a burden, it's because he wasn't built for it. You could see it in his countenance. You could see he was not a true man of the Lord. He did not have that spirit of might on him. Because when you had a spirit of might on him, how do you rock in this society, man? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 23. And this is probably one of David's most beautiful scriptures. 23 verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. So at the end of the day, we know we coming through mass affliction. We know we moving through a dead society with a ton of dry bones around us. But we got to give them the water, man. We got to give them the knowledge and the understanding that Yahweh Shai has bestowed upon us through his Spirit, man. It's literally that simple. We would not be doing our job as true men of the Lord if we were not going out there spreading the gospel, spreading the message. It is what it is, man. And you got to be willing to accept that. You got to be willing to take on that. And more importantly, you got to tell it to people the way they need to be heard. Because after Malak had made that comment, I said this. I posted Isaiah 30:9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And I said, that you're not a true man of the Lord if you alter your message to spare somebody's feelings. You're just a spiritual simp, because what does a simp do? A simp placates himself to get a woman, or even in just in society, he placates. He's a weak man. He's a simple-minded nigga. He placates to his boss so he could get some type of validation. Man, fuck your boss, man. If a woman don't want to hear what you're saying, fuck her, bro. If a nigga don't want to hear what you're saying, fuck him. He's too weak-minded. I don't want to be around weak-minded niggas. Salute to that to the head apostle from GMS. I remember Malak sent me a video, and I mean, he was going off on niggas who wasn't doing the work. He said, I'm tired of you weak-minded ass dudes. You weak-minded dudes gonna get destroyed, man. Don't come around me if you weak. Well, that's how I am too, bro. You know, I'm not around a weak-minded ass nigga, man. At the end of the day, I only want to be around those who can take the bitter aspects of the truth. Because if you can take the bitter aspects of the truth, you can handle anything. And I know that I can rely on you. I know that you're not going to lie and placate to me. Because there's times where I might be doing some dumb shit. I want to be around a nigga who wants to get my validation all the time. Don't want to tell me nothing. I'm asking you, what should I do? What should I do? Oh, nah, bro, you good? That means you don't really care about me, man. You got to be your brother's keeper, man. And sometimes when you a brother's keeper, you just tell him what it is. And sometimes when you your brother's keeper, you got to beat his ass. And I'm not talking about us beating each other's ass, but you got to beat each other's ass with your sword, which is what? The truth, man, coming from your mouth, man. When I see your brother can't take correction, I just think that you a man walking with you a mangina, man. You just weak, you soft, bro. You can't take the heat in the kitchen. Get the fuck out. You know, so it is what it is, man. And I want to just go down to basically, you know, the sweetness aspect, because I just went off, you know, I gave y'all the fire, I gave y'all the bitter aspects of it, but at the end of the day, it's bittersweet. And I want to look up the definition of bittersweet, meaning what? It's sweet with a bitter aftertaste. But at the end of the day, what is the truth? It's bittersweet because you got to go through the affliction, lose all the people. But what's sweet, man? It's the kingdom, man. It's the kingdom. So when you in this position, when you realize you're losing women because you're telling them the truth, when you realize you're losing friends, when you realize people are you're ostrating yourself from other people, it's bitter, but you endure because you always looking. Because at the end of the day, man, think about the sweet, think about the meal. If you didn't know that you had the dessert at the end of the tunnel, you probably wouldn't digest all the bad food. Think about Fear Factor or shit like that, man. You got to eat that nasty, honestly, quite abominable food, but you got to do those things. Why? Because they're giving you $1 million. Well, you're going to have a prize that's worth infinity, man. You're going to have a blessing that's worth infinity, everlasting life, everlasting glory, co-hair with Yahweh Shah Hamashiach if you be at 144,000. Women who will never talk back, women with no STDs, women where you can go in them and get them pregnant and not have to worry about the white man making you pay child support. You can truly marry them from the scripture. They're going to be devoted to you. No man going to be dealing with them. And you're going to have multiple Sarahs, multiple virtuous women. That's the best feeling when you can meet a virtuous woman and your spirit is one. That is the best feeling in the world. Seeing your kids grow up and not die, putting your damn enemies back into slavery, man. Being able to fly on chariots and fly around, bro, being immortal, bro. And I'm just telling you, like, basic things, having the glory of knowing that the Most High thing deemed you worthy out of all the generations on earth, man. Being able to see Yahweh Shah and bow down to our Lord and Savior, man. Being able to see him get his crown. Being able to, you might have your own city, your own town. You might have all these things. You're going to have rubies, sapphires, gold. You're going to have fine linen. A lot of y'all like to stump, man. You're going to have the gold. You going to have everything, bro. But that's at the end of all it. That's the end of the meal. That's the sweets at the end, whenever you ate and everything you need. But you got to go through it right now, bro. Straight and narrow path for a reason. So I hope y'all brothers, man, I hope y'all brothers take the bitter aspects of this truth, because it can be tough at times, but you always got to focus on what's to come, man. The sweetness of being in the kingdom with our Lord. Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, man. So I want to give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High in the name of Yahweh. The Most High Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, Shalom, Yasharallah. Y'all brothers be blessed, man. I'm going to probably be on here tonight doing a live with the brothers, man. Peace.